They laughed when she entered training grounds. They always laughed. At her small steps, her trembling hands, the wolf that refused to surface, no matter how many moons passed. Elara, of the hollow moon pack, shiftless, useless. The Omega, no wolf wanted near them. Even tonight, during the night trials, they shoved her aside, sneered at her, taunted her. You'll fail like always. Try not to cry this time. Your wolf probably died in your mother's womb. She bit her tongue. She kept her head down until the air changed, until the ground vibrated under heavy, lethal footsteps, until the alpha prince of the region, Rowan Blackthorn, moonborn heir, the wolf whose aura could silence storms, stepped out of the shadows. The pack straightened instantly. But Rowan didn't look at them. He looked at her, straight at her, at Elara. Her breath caught. His eyes, silver and sharp, locked onto hers, like he had been waiting all night for her to look back. And then her wolf whimpered, a sound she had never heard before, a sound no one else seemed to notice. Rowan's expression shifted, from confusion to realization to something blazing and primal. He strode toward her, aura slamming into the crowd like thunder. Wolves backed away instantly. But he didn't slow. He stopped inches before her, voice low, rough, and barely controlled. Who told you your wolf was weak? Her pulse stuttered. No one. Everyone. Rowan's jaw flexed. His aura flared so powerfully that several wolves dropped to one knee. And then he leaned close, too close, the alpha tone slipping into something feral. Because she's not weak. Elara's breath trembled. Rowan swallowed hard, fighting something inside him. Goddess, help us, he whispered. Your wolf is awakening, and she's calling to mine. And by night's end, the pack that mocked her would watch their alpha fall to his knees, for the girl they called worthless. Before we continue, tell me your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss the next chapter of this werewolf world. Elara had spent 20 years waiting to feel whole, waiting for the spark, the shift, the moment every wolf remembers, the first brush of fur, the first surge of instinct, the first tether to something wild and ancient inside them. Her moment never came. Other pups shifted at 12, some early bloomers at 10, late bloomers at 14. Elara reached 18 with nothing, then 19, then 20. By then the whispers weren't whispers anymore. She's broken. She doesn't have a wolf. She's weak, hopeless. She should be exiled before she drags the pack down. Her father died protecting her name. Her mother fell into silence. Her pack turned her into a shadow. And still, no wolf, no scent, no aura. Just Elara, alone trying to make herself small enough to survive. But fate doesn't care about pack cruelty. Fate doesn't bow to hierarchy. Fate does not sleep. It waits, and it waited until the night trials. The ceremony where wolves proved their strength before the alpha prince of the region. Rowan Blackthorn did not come for Hollow Moon Pack. He came because the moon itself pulled him. He felt something stirring in the valley, a flicker of power long buried, a heartbeat not yet awakened, a wolf not yet born. He didn't know that wolf belonged to a girl who had never shifted. Not until he saw her. Not until the world tilted. Not until his own wolf, the strongest wolf bred in generations, went silent, then growled a single word, mine. Elara didn't hear the growl, but she felt it, a spark under her ribs, a heat in her blood, a whisper of fur brushing the inside of her skin. Her wolf, not dead, not weak, not gone, just waiting for him, for this night, for the moment the alpha prince would look into her eyes and feel something ancient knot between their souls. And by dawn, Neither she nor Rowan would ever be the same. The night trials began with a roar of cheers and crackling torches. Wolves circled the training arena, eager for spectacle, eager to watch strength on display, eager to mock weakness. And nothing in their eyes was weaker than Alara. She stood near the back, shoulders tight, fingers trembling as she clutched her cloak. Every pair of eyes that slid over her carried the same judgment. She shouldn't be here. Why let a wolfless girl embarrass us? She'll fail before she even starts. Alara swallowed, willing herself to stay small. But the moon had other ideas. A faint humming started beneath her skin. So soft, she thought it was her imagination. A vibration in her ribs, a flutter under her lungs. Her wolf. Awake, she pressed a hand to her chest. Breath hitching. Not now, not here, not in front of everyone. But the hum only grew stronger. Then, a ripple cut through the crowd. A shift in air pressure, a drop in temperature. Wolves stiffened, ears pricking. He had arrived. Alpha Prince Rowan Blackthorn stepped onto the arena platform, a towering, broad-shouldered figure, draped in obsidian armor that shimmered under torchlight. His aura rolled across the grounds in a wave so heavy that lower-ranked wolves instinctively bowed their heads. Alara's knees nearly buckled. Rowan's eyes swept across the pack with imperial calm. Until they reached her, then everything stopped. His pupils dilated. His aura cracked. His breath hitched so sharply, several wolves turned to look at him. Alara flinched, looking away. But Rowan didn't. He stepped down from the platform, boots crunching against gravel, moving with slow, deliberate intent. Like a storm stalking its target, Beta warriors exchanged confused glances. Where is he going? Who is that girl? Why would the prince? Alara's heartbeat thrashed against her ribcage. No, 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 no. She backed up, but Rowan closed the distance in seconds, stopping just a breath away. Look at me, he said quietly. She did, and the world narrowed to the silver fire of his eyes. A jolt slammed into her like lightning, raw, electric, burning down her spine. Her wolf, silent her entire life, shivered awake with a whimper that echoed through her bones. Rowan inhaled sharply, like he'd been struck. Goddess, he murmured. It's you. The crowd erupted in whispers. Alara shook her head. I don't know what you mean. Yes, you do, Rowan said softly. His voice wasn't mocking, wasn't cold, wasn't cruel. It was reverent. He reached out, fingers brushing her forearm. And her wolf surged, so violently, she gasped aloud. A flash of fur, a snap of instinct, a wave of heat that rattled her teeth. Her knees buckled. Rowan caught her instantly, one hand gripping her waist. Pulling her upright against his chest, wolves watching them exchanged horrified looks. She's reacting. That's not normal. What is happening to her? Rowan's jaw clenched as he steadied her. Alara, he said under his breath, your wolf is trying to surface. She shook her head wildly. No, she's never answered me. She's answering now. Rowan's voice deepened. She feels me. Alara felt dizzy. I don't understand, Rowan swallowed. My wolf is responding to yours. That shouldn't be possible unless... He cut himself off. But the truth hung between them, hot and terrifying, unless they were fated. Alara stumbled back, breaking his grip. Her breath came in panicked bursts. No, you're wrong. My wolf is weak. She's barely there. She can't possibly... Rowan's aura snapped like a whip. Don't say she's weak, he growled. She's not weak. She's waking. The crowd watched in stunned silence as the Alpha Prince took a single step toward the girl they all mocked. Elara backed up again, until her spine hit the arena wall. Her wolf pushed forward inside her, nearly overwhelming. He's ours. No, stop, she whispered. Not him. Rowan froze. Pain flashed across his expression, a flicker of something raw, something ancient, something he couldn't control. Elara, he breathed. I don't know what they told you about your wolf, but she is not weak. Her throat tightened. You don't know me. He shook his head slowly. I think I've been feeling you my entire life. The arena erupted into chaos, gasps, shouts, accusations. She's manipulating him. That girl? Impossible. She doesn't even have a wolf. She's a danger. Look at how she reacts. She must be stopped. But Rowan's aura blasted outward in a violent pulse, silencing the entire pack with sheer dominance. No one touches her, he warned, voice edged with threat. Elara trembled. This wasn't happening. This couldn't be happening. She was the throwaway Omega, the broken girl, the one who didn't matter. So why was the Alpha Prince looking at her like she was thousands of years of prophecy in a single breath? Why was her wolf howling for him? Why did the air hum between them like destiny had claws? Rowan took another step, slow, controlled, but Elara, panicked, overwhelmed, terrified of what awakening meant, did the only thing her body could think to do. She ran into the night, into the forest, into the shadows, with Rowan's growl echoing after her. Elara, stop! Don't run from me! But she did, because she knew. By morning, her life would not be the same again. Elara ran until her lungs burned. Branches snapped under her feet, cold air slashed her skin, and moonlight flickered desperately between shadows as she sprinted deeper into Hollow Moon Forest, away from the arena, away from the pack, away from the Alpha Prince, whose eyes saw too much. Her wolf, newly stirring, newly alive, snarled inside her chest. Go back. He's ours. No, Elara gasped. I said no. Her wolf pushed harder, paw against ribcage, breath against her spine, instinct against fear. He woke us. He's the reason we breathe. Elara stumbled over a root, crashing to her knees. Her palms scraped rock. Her breath hitched. Weak, broken, laughable. That was what the pack always said. She pressed her forehead into the earth, trying to quiet the storm inside her. Please, she whispered to the wolf she had waited 20 years to hear. Please don't do this to me. Her wolf whined, soft, confused, longing. He calls. We answer. No, she insisted, voice trembling. He's a prince. I'm nothing. The forest shifted. A heavy aura swept in behind her, cold, dominant, unmistakable. Elara. Rowan's voice rippled through the night, not shouting, not demanding, begging. Elara's breath hitched. She didn't turn. She couldn't. Rowan approached slowly, careful not to trigger the panic he could scent pouring off her skin. Why did you run? He asked quietly. I shouldn't have been in the trials, she whispered. I shouldn't have been anywhere near you. You ran from me. Because I don't want this, she snapped, finally lifting her head. Whatever my wolf is doing, whatever you think you felt, it doesn't mean anything. Rowan exhaled sharply, a broken sound. It means everything. Elara flinched. He stepped closer. Your wolf responded to mine, he said, voice barely above a whisper. That's not something a weak wolf can do. Stop calling her strong, she said, bitterly. Everyone knows she isn't. Rowan knelt behind her, not touching, just close enough that his aura wrapped around her like warmth in winter. They lied to you, she swallowed. Why would they? Rowan's jaw tightened. Because they're afraid of you. Elara twisted around. Afraid of what? I can't even shift. No, Rowan murmured, leaning forward, silver eyes glowing. But she's waking, and when she does, she will not be small. Elara shook her head. You don't know that. I do, he said. Because I felt her. Her wolf shivered at the memory, pushing against Elara's skin. He knows. He sees us. Elara's voice broke. You're confusing instinct for destiny. Rowan's expression darkened. You think I don't know the difference? He moved closer, slow enough for her to retreat if she wanted. She didn't. When I touched you, he whispered. My wolf didn't react out of curiosity. He recognized you. Elara shivered. No, impossible. Rowan swallowed. Elara, he bowed. Her breath stopped. No wolf bowed unless... No wolf lowered unless... No wolf surrendered instantly unless... Mate. Elara stumbled back. No, that's wrong. I'm not your mate. I can't be... Rowan rose to his feet, closing the distance she tried to create. Elara, look at me. No. Look at me. She forced herself. His eyes were full, silver, unmasked, a storm of something ancient and raw. Elara, he breathed. I didn't choose this. I didn't plan this. But I will not run from it now. She stumbled back again. He followed, voice dropping. You think I'm powerful? You think I'm strong? You think I'm feared? Everyone thinks that, she whispered. Rowan stepped forward until her back hit a tree trunk. Elara, nothing scares me more than the thought of losing the girl who doesn't even know her own worth. Her chest tightened. He placed one hand near her head, close enough to cage her, far enough not to touch. You are not weak, he said. You are not worthless. You are not nothing. His voice cracked. You are the wolf who woke mine. Elara's wolf pressed against her throat, whining, desperate to answer his call. But Elara shook her head, tears sliding down her cheeks. But if my wolf truly is waking, if she's strong, then the pack will never accept me. Rowan's expression sharpened with something fierce. They will accept you, he growled, or they will face me. Elara trembled. She searched his eyes for lies. There were none. Only truth, only instinct, only a bond neither asked for but both had already begun to feel. The wind shifted. A branch snapped behind Rowan. He stiffened. Instantly, alpha. Elara froze. A low growl slithered through the trees. Rowan moved in front of her. Stay behind me, he murmured, voice dropping into lethal focus. A shadow paced in the dark. Not a wolf. Something darker. Something wrong. Something drawn to her awakening aura. Elara felt her heart slam. Rowan, what is that? He didn't look back. A threat. To me? No, Rowan murmured, aura rising like a storm. To what you're becoming. The shadow lunged, Elara screamed. Her wolf roared, and everything changed. The shadow launched toward Elara with a speed no mortal wolf could track. Rowan didn't hesitate. His wolf burst forward. A gold-silver aura exploding around him as he shifted mid-air, bones cracking, fur erupting, claws slashing into the creature's path. Elara stumbled backward, gasping, as Rowan's massive black wolf collided with the shadow in a clash of teeth and magic. This thing wasn't a rogue. It wasn't a wolf. It wasn't even alive. It moved like fog wearing skin, all smoke and claws and unnatural hunger. Rowan snarled, aura flaring violently. Elara felt her own wolf tear against her skin in panic. Help him! Help him! Help him. I can't, she cried, clutching her chest. I've never shifted. I don't know how. Her wolf answered with a furious scream. He answered us. Answer him. Rowan's wolf slammed into a tree, whimpering in pain. The shadow creature lashed at him again, claws dripping with black magic. Elara's breath fractured. Stop! Stop hurting him! Her wolf threw itself against her bones, demanding release. Heat surged down her arms. Light sparked under her skin, her vision blurred to bright silver. Elara! Rowan roared through the bond. Don't step into the attack! Run! She didn't. She moved toward him instead. The creature lunged for Rowan's exposed flank, and Elara stepped between them, not in bravery, not in instinct, in destiny. A burst of pure lunar light erupted from her palms, slamming into the creature. With a sound like shattering glass, it screeched, body fracturing into a spray of shadow that scattered into the wind. Silence fell. Elara collapsed to her knees, panting, shaking uncontrollably as silver sparks faded from her fingertips. Rowan shifted back instantly, breath ragged, as he grabbed her shoulders. Elara, look at me. Are you hurt? She looked up at him. His face was wild, terrified, enraged, shattered with something deeper than instinct. You shielded me, he said, voice cracking. Your wolf. She protected me, Elara trembled. I didn't mean to. She moved on her own. Because she recognized me, Rowan breathed, leaning closer. She reacted to a mate bond. Elara froze. Stop calling it that. It is that. Her voice trembled. It can't be. I'm not meant for someone like you. Rowan grabbed her face gently, forcing her eyes to meet his. Elara, I don't care what the pack said about you. I don't care that you didn't shift at 12, or 18, or ever. He nodded at her trembling hands. Your wolf is strong, powerful. She saved my life. Elara shook her head wildly. No, this is wrong. I'm not supposed to have magic. I'm not supposed to have a bond. I'm not supposed to be. He cut her off softly. You're supposed to be exactly what you are. Her breath stuttered. What am I? Rowan swallowed. A dormant wolf, he said. A silent wolf. A wolf whose power doesn't come from shifting, but from pure lunar essence. Elara stared at him. That's not real. Rowan cupped her cheek. It's rare, not impossible. You're what the old texts called a moon-veiled wolf. Your shift isn't broken, it's bound, protected by instinct until the right moment. Elara blinked as the pieces fell into place. Her late reactions, her wolf's silence, the sudden awakening, the magic, the shadow creature drawn to her aura. And the right moment, she whispered. Tonight, he finished, when I stepped into your path and your wolf woke to answer mine. Elara shook her head again, overwhelmed. No, Rowan, this can't be happening. You're a prince. You're destined to rule. Wolves expect you to have a powerful mate, a fully shifted mate, not someone like you, he said softly. Her lips quivered. Yes. Rowan's expression hardened. Elara. His voice dropped, becoming something dangerous, primal, intimate. Do you really think I care what they expect? Her wolf whimpered inside her. Rowan leaned in until his forehead touched hers. My wolf chose you long before you heard yours. I felt you. I searched for you. I didn't know why, but now I do. Elara's breathing shattered. You're wrong, she whispered weakly. You don't want me. You want a wolf who doesn't exist. Rowan grabbed her hands, pressing them to his chest. Elara, she exists. And she is not weak. Her heart pounded, her wolf clawed upward. Heat shot through her veins. "Rowan!" Her voice shook. I don't know how to be what you want." Rowan exhaled, raw and gentle. "You already are." Before Alara could speak, a booming howl echoed across the forest. Then another, then dozens. Rowan stiffened. "Alara," he said carefully, "we're not alone." Wolves, real wolves, began emerging from the trees. Warriors from Hollow Moon Pack. Some furious, some terrified, some stunned, all staring at the girl who had just unleashed a flash of silver magic strong enough to break a creature of shadow. Alara froze as murmurs rippled through the clearing. "She used magic. She killed that thing. She's not an Omega. She's dangerous. She's powerful. She must be controlled." Rowan stepped in front of her instantly. "No one touches her," he warned. But the murmurs grew louder, harsher, frightened. Alara grabbed Rowan's arm, panic spiraling through her chest. "They're afraid of me." Rowan tightened his grip over her hand. "They should be afraid of losing you." Her breath hitched. "We can't stay here," he whispered. "They'll tear you apart if the elders arrive." "Then what do we do?" Rowan met her gaze with absolute certainty. "We run." Her heart stopped. "With me," he added, voice fierce. "Leave the pack. Leave everything. Until your wolf awakens fully, and I can protect you from what's coming." Alara stared at him, trembling. "You want me to abandon my home?" "I want you alive," he said. Her wolf pressed hard against her ribs in answer. "Go with him. Choose him. Live." Alara swallowed hard. "Rowan, if I go with you, everything changes." He nodded. "For both of us." She exhaled. Fear, longing, awakening, then whispered, "Okay." Rowan's wolf howled triumphantly, and the pack around them recoiled, realizing too late that by night's end, the weak Omega had just chosen their future alpha. Rowan did not wait for the pack to gather courage. He grabbed Alara's hand and pulled her through the trees, wolf instincts blazing through every step, his aura wrapped around her like a shield, hot, fierce, unyielding. Behind them, wolves shouted, "Stop them! She's dangerous. The prince is bewitched. Catch her before she escapes." Alara stumbled with every frantic step. "Rowan, they're coming." "I know. What do we do?" He squeezed her hand tighter. "Trust me." Her wolf answered for her, fierce and certain. "We do." Rowan yanked her behind a stone outcropping as warriors closed in. His eyes glowed silver in the darkness. "Alara, you need to breathe." I can't. My wolf is pushing. She's too strong. I don't know how to hold her." "You don't," he said, cupping her face. "You let her show you what to do." Her heart pounded. "Rowan." "Listen to me." He leaned closer, voice breaking with instinct. "You awakened my wolf tonight. You made him kneel. You are not weak. You are not small. You are not the girl they tried to bury." He pressed his forehead to hers. "You are the only wolf in centuries who carries lunar essence in her blood. And if she wakes fully," he swallowed hard, "you will be stronger than me." Alara shook her head, tears spilling. "I can't be stronger than you." Rowan smiled faintly. "You already are." The forest lit with torchlight as warriors burst through the clearing. "There they are. Catch the girl," Rowan snarled, body half shifting, claws erupting as he stepped in front of her. "Come any closer," he warned, "and I will show you exactly what happens to wolves who threaten my mate." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Mate? That Omega? That's impossible. He can't claim her. Her wolf is unstable." Alara trembled as dozens of wolves formed a semicircle around them. Rowan's voice dropped to a lethal growl. "She is under my protection!" The warriors hesitated, but Beta Jarek pushed forward, eyes blazing. "Your Highness," he said coldly, "the council demands the girl be detained. Her powers are dangerous." Rowan bared his teeth. "So am I." "She is unshifted," Jarek snapped. "She's not fit to stand beside you. She doesn't belong with our kind." Rowan turned slowly. "Alara," he murmured, "don't listen." But she already had. The old shame, the old fear, the old wounds carved by a pack that only ever saw her as worthless. They all rushed up and suffocated her chest. "What if they're right?" she whispered. "What if I don't belong?" Rowan grabbed her chin, forcing her gaze to his. "You belong with me," her wolf growled softly inside her. Beta Jarek sneered at the display. "She's a danger. She must be contained." Rowan lunged, but Alara stepped in front of him. Her voice cracked, but her spine straightened with a strength she never knew she had. "I am not your danger," she said quietly. "I am your warning." The forest fell silent. Silver light flickered under her skin. Her wolf, the wolf who never spoke, finally pushed through her chest like a sunrise breaking stone. "Now, now, now." "Alara," Rowan began, reaching for her. Too late. Her wolf surged. The forest exploded with silver. A shockwave of lunar energy blasted outward, knocking wolves to their knees, extinguishing torches, shaking trees as though the moon itself had descended to the earth. She gasped as her wolf took shape. Not a full shift, not a partial one. A lunar manifestation. A spectral wolf appeared behind her, shimmering and massive, its fur made of moonlight, its growl vibrating the air like an ancient prophecy awakening. Warriors scrambled backward in terror. Rowan stared in stunned awe. "Alara," he whispered. You summoned her." Alara didn't understand how she did it, only that her wolf had taken control, wrapping her in power she had never dared to imagine. Jarek tried to stand, voice shaking. "She's unnatural. This is forbidden. She must be put down." The lunar wolf roared, a sound that shook frost from the branches. Alara stepped forward, her voice no longer trembling. "You will never hunt me again." Jarek dropped to his knees. Wolves across the clearing bowed instinctively, not to Rowan, but to her. Rowan approached slowly, reverently, like a warrior approaching a goddess. "Alara," he whispered, taking her hand. "You awakened my instincts the moment I saw you. But tonight you awakened something older in this pack." Her wolf faded gently back into her body, leaving her breathless but standing tall. She looked around at the bowed wolves, at the fear turning into awe, at the realization dawning across their faces. "I never asked for this," she murmured. "I never wanted to be shown like this." Rowan stepped behind her, wrapping her in his warmth and strength. "You were never meant to ask," he whispered. "You were meant to rise." Her breath trembled. "And now, what happens?" Rowan exhaled, his lips brushing her temple. "Now," he said softly, "you stand beside me." Alara looked at him. "Beside you?" He nodded. "As the future Luna of my pack." The words stole her breath. Her wolf howled inside her. And as the moon shone down, Rowan dropped to one knee, not as a prince, not as an alpha, but as a man offering everything he was. "Alara," he whispered, "let me be the alpha who never lets the world call you weak again." Tears slid down her cheeks. She lifted his face with trembling fingers. "I think," she whispered. You already are. The pack bowed, the moon bowed, and by night's end, the girl shunned for a weak wolf became the future Luna, who awakened an alpha's destiny. By the time dawn touched the forest, the weak Omega stood where no one believed she ever would. At the side of the alpha she awakened, her power blooming like moonfire in a world that once tried to silence her.